Hello, welcome to the fourth of our series on thinking Christianly about the virus. This episode is called Dancing to the Music of the Future. How does this sound as a description of a pandemic? There'll be an end to the sound of mirth and gladness. The voice of the bride and bridegroom will not be heard. Streets will be deserted. Great and lowly will die, but no mourners will be at their funerals. Dinner parties will cease. It's not a bad summary of the last 4 months, is it? Although actually it's a text thousands of years old. It's how the prophet Jeremiah summarises the disaster that befell ancient Jerusalem. Jeremiah understood the suspension of rites of passage, weddings and funerals, as a sign of the death of the city. More than any other prophet in the Old Testament, Jeremiah understood the desperation of the people as disaster befell them. In fact, my grandmother used to say if someone was being pessimistic, "Oh, they're a real Jeremiah." Jeremiah would never have posted to Facebook or other social media memes such as "Don't worry, God's in charge." Rather than dismiss the pain of people, Jeremiah understood it and gave it voice. And yet the prophet also looks to the future, where, in place of this devastation, there'll come sounds of celebration once again. Jeremiah's God is the God of resurrection, renewal, and restoration. Disaster is not the end. Listen to what he says in chapter 33. "There shall once more be heard the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the voices of those who sing as they bring offerings to the house of the Lord." Jeremiah 33:10 and 11. Despite his deep understanding of disaster and despair, Jeremiah speaks confidently of a renewed future. Resurrection, renewal, and restoration are key themes of our faith, both in the Old and the New Testaments. So, through the lens of the Bible, how might we understand this time of coronavirus? One of the founders of liberation theology, Ruben Alves, said this: "Hope is hearing the music of the future." Hope is knowing that things will be different because God is a God of resurrection, renewal, and restoration. There's always hope. Hope is knowing that things will be different. Simply hoping that they might be different is just wishful thinking. Hope is hearing the music of the future. But, Alves went on to say, faith is the confidence to dance to it now. Faith in a God of resurrection, renewal, and restoration means already living in the light of that. And we'll say more about that in the next session. Hope is hearing the music of the future. Faith is the confidence to dance to it now. Where does that confidence come from? For me, it's rooted in Jesus. We have confidence in resurrection, renewal, and restoration because one morning, centuries ago, a tomb was opened, a curse was broken, and resurrection life broke out into the world like the cry of a new baby. And nothing could hold him back.